Hi everybody, happy Friday and welcome back to Daniellability. I had somebody ask me recently what advice I would give to kids who are growing up with a disability. Now, I know there's a wide range of disabilities, but I'm going to specifically speak to kids who are wheelchair users because that is what I know. So these are things related to being in a wheelchair, but obviously, hopefully they apply to more than that and other kids can learn from it as well. So these are my top 5 pieces of advice that I would give. Number 1 is don't look at your wheelchair as something that's negative. I think it's really important to see it as the thing that gives you freedom and gives you independence, because without a wheelchair, you would just be sitting in your house and not able to go anywhere or do anything. And so changing your mindset and seeing it as something that is actually a positive thing and enables you to have freedom, I think is really important. Number 2 is don't let other people define your worth or be what gives you value. For me personally, my faith is really important in this because I have realized that my worth comes from God. It doesn't come from other people. And so whether you have faith or not, I think it's important to realize that you have to figure out what it is about yourself that gives you worth. Number 3 is kind of in that same vein. I would say figure out what your purpose is. Figure out what hobbies you have, what things you're good at, and those kinds of things. Because if you figure out different hobbies and things you can do and spend your time doing and be productive and be motivated, that's really important because otherwise you're just gonna sit around and not do anything. So I think it's important to develop skills and develop hobbies. For me, I love to draw and I love to read, and there's lots of different things that I enjoy doing. And a lot of those things are things that I don't have to work really hard to do or figure out a way to adapt. It's something that is easy because it's something I can do while I'm sitting, like drawing. I can just sit at my table and draw. It's not something that requires a lot of extra thought or anything like that. But for you, it may be an adaptive sport. It may be, something like that. But just find something that gives you purpose. Number 4 is fight to be independent. Don't just let other people determine your limits and your boundaries. Obviously, your parents are going to help you with that, but fight to be independent. Don't just let other people always do things for you. Figure out how to adapt and how to do things yourself. One of the things I'm really, really thankful for is that my parents always encouraged me to figure things out for myself and be as independent as I could be. So when I was a kid, instead of just always helping me with everything, they would encourage me to figure out a way to do it myself, not in a neglectful or mean way, but in a way that was like, hey, we think you can do this yourself and we want to see you try to figure out a way to do it. So I think it's really important to do that and to figure out how to do things, because if you ever want to be independent and live on your own or travel and that kind of thing, you're gonna have to know how to do things yourself. Number 5, the last piece of advice that I would give is don't be afraid to try things. You may try things and you may not like it, or it may scare you a little bit, but don't be afraid to try things, because if you are, you're not gonna go outside of your comfort zone. You're not gonna push the limits. You're not gonna do things that you thought you could never do if you're afraid to even try. So always be open to trying new things. Don't let anybody hold you back or tell you you can't do something. If you think it's something you can do, try it and see how it goes. And obviously, I don't mean to do anything dangerous or things that are gonna be hurtful or hurt someone else, but don't be afraid to test things out and see how it goes. So that is the advice that I would give. There's a lot of other things as well, but those I think are the top 5 that I would say are probably the most important and things that really helped me as a kid to turn out to be the person that I am. So I hope that was interesting for you guys. I hope it was helpful. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.